need help?
Yeah, you can look up stuff for me if you want to.
Dylan and Emily Yates of Jackson, Tennessee are a typical young couple, both finishing college, working, and starting a family. So when their son was born in December, they could not have been more elated. Even though little Noah was born 2.5 months premature, he was doing well.
When he came out, I mean, everything was fine. He was on a ventilator for like a very short time, and he was breathing. By the time that they had called us and told us we were coming here, he was already breathing on his own.
It was 4 days after Noah's birth. The hospital called with scary news, very scary news. Their son had a tear in his small intestine. He would require major surgery.
When I answered, or when I said hello, and then they said, "Are you the father?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Well, we're just calling to let you know that he does have a lot of air in his stomach, and he will probably need surgery. We're admitting him to Vanderbilt."
We went to the Jackson Hospital, and we got to watch him like put all the stuff on him and put him in the little box thing, and
it was sad.
And then they wheeled him out, and we just followed the ambulance up here.
Noah's first surgery was a success, but he'd have to stay in the hospital for 6 to 8 weeks to grow and gain strength because he had to have a second surgical procedure. Now the family was faced with finding a place to stay so they could be near him.
At first, we were thinking, we'll stay in a hotel a couple nights, but
I mean,
you can't do that for 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's going to run up a lot of money.
A lot of money.
It was a social worker at Vanderbilt that told them about the Ronald McDonald House in Nashville.
Personally, all I'd really thought that it was just like a charity place.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't know that they actually had like rooms you could stay in and stuff like that, and they give you dinners and stuff. I thought it was just like a charity that they gave like straight to the families or the kids of the hospital.
Yeah, I did not know that it was, I mean, it's literally a house, and they take in these families that don't have anywhere to stay while their kids are going through surgery. I think that's what shocks me the most, is it's like the dinner rooms together, the living rooms are together, you have your bedroom, but it's like where you can spend time with other families that are going through the same thing that you are.
Dylan and Emily, like so many others, soon learned that the Ronald McDonald House is so much more than just a place to sleep.
I'd say personally for me, it kind of helps me get my mind or like off things. When you're sitting at the hospital all day, I mean, it can be mind trouble, like you're so tired, it drains you. And when you come back here and you just relax, and all the people here are so nice.
Yeah, the hospital definitely drains you. When you walk through the doors here, it's just kind of like
it feels like you're back at home.
The Ronald McDonald House has also eased the financial burden for this young couple.
We both are waiters at restaurants, so I mean, we don't have a lot of money. We don't, I mean, we're okay, but we're not gonna.
I mean, for our ages, we're okay, but.
For a baby and we couldn't afford living or having to rent something up here. I mean, we're having to stay here for a couple months. So this place is, I mean, for us to be students and not have, the meals, just a meal a day, that's money that we don't have to spend. I mean, he has school loans that we have to pay for, stuff like that. We have so much already going on, and then now this. And this house, I mean, it's a blessing, definitely.
Lord, I pray for little Noah. I pray that he gets better, Lord, and thank you for blessing us with a place like Ronald McDonald House.
The Yates are grateful that with the support of the Ronald McDonald House, they can focus on what's most important. That is being close to their baby boy.
A couple days ago, he had a spell to his food. His little intestines still aren't fully developed yet, and he had like a little where he didn't want to take his food for a couple days, and I would want to be here to make sure he's okay, and I couldn't miss a day seeing him. I want to at least see him once or twice a day.
You're opening your eyes for Daddy.
And I mean, the first things that the nurse will ask us is, do you want to hold him? And I think that it does help the kid a lot when you're here this close to them, and they're feeling your parents loving every day.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he was 10 years old and he could actually think, process what was going on and stuff, he would want us here. So why would we not be here now?
While they wait for baby Noah's second surgery, Dylan and Emily want others to know how much the support of the Ronald McDonald House has meant to them.
Thank you so much, and it has definitely helped us, and I know since we've experienced it, we're going to give back one day to it.
And just because of us, I mean, just us, it's helped us so much, so there's no telling how many families that it's helped.
And also, like, if there's a future family coming in, I mean, it's going to be okay, and this place can help you a lot.